Well, West Texas Intermediate Lofty Branch, what is the price of oil today? It's above 30. Oh, produce. But it's reached that. Nobody want to produce because you have to wait. The price is so good. So you do not want oil drop below $31. 60, 50, or 100, the better. So reserve your oil. Reserve means do not let your oil go down and you shut it down. Permanently lost. Now, one example is I heard an engineer in Houston told me a lot of Nigerian oil well, especially offshore, 150 barrels a day, they shut it down. Actually, 150 barrels a day, if you are smart enough, we can raise it up to 80% of the day one production. Your day one is 500. I can easily raise to 400 barrels and last 3 more years before you go down to 150 and then another raise. Don't let it go down. You shut in, you waste all the revenue. All right, let's go. What is the best way to conserve energy? Eeor, enhanced oil recovery. You say, no, the best way to production is find more new oil. People already did, not much. Increase slowly. Well, the best way to increase oil well for the near future is whatever you are producing right now, enhance it by double or triple for 2-3 years. Now that's the best available technology. Now, I hope everybody here watch this 4. Once you understand this 4, you'll be a good doctor, a medical doctor, for your oil well. The better you understand, the better. I'm going to go slowly. First one, when you are oil producer engineer, you know your formation very well because you do testing wells before. You do seismic before. Then you know the first well you drill, what is the production rate. The next wells next to this neighborhood, you all know very well. That's what, on the first well, they draw a broken eye. Say, this oil well is going to last 30 years. 30 years. And the broken eye is what we call lateral decline. It will every year go down. They will follow this line. Second line, do you see that the broken line is above? Your actual production, the green line, is slightly below, which is very good. If you decide this well, congratulate. It's called success. Because you are only 5-10% below your desired value. Among all the new wells, about 2 wells out of 10 follow this line. What about the other remaining 88 wells? They follow this line. Maybe occasionally the one well is above the broken line. So you got one well better than you're planning, but still follow lateral decline. At least 6 wells, 7 wells, they all do like this.
They're here for 1925.
It drop, the green light drop. Whoa, you're scared. Supposed to be 30 years. How come 2 years it dropped on me? So you're going to get acid, you're going to get hot oil, you're going to get polymer, you're going to pump gas. Sometimes it's a shit, it go up. Sometimes it fail, it go down. They all follow this. So half of the well that you handle every day is actually here. Today, our job is how to prevent all these 4 cases especially this one, not shutting down, but 3 to 10 good years of production. This is the whole idea you're sitting here today. When you face this well, how we're going to raise production? Raise a lot of production. Forget about shut in. But there's a way. I tell you the way. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this well. Your planning is about 30 years, the broken line. The green line is actually your production. So you think you're going to be 30 years. Actually, you go down like this. Go down real fast. And then very soon, it's got dead. Very soon dead. You say, how am I to be a good daughter? How am I to be a good rescuer for this well? Easy. The answer is very easy. How? Look at the initial production. I'm using 200. It could be 200 tons a day or 200 barrels a day, 200 something. Do not wait till you drop to 40. What does 40 mean? 40 means your oil well has rapidly dropped 80%. Do you see that? Now, what did I say 80%? Rescue. So, before it dropped to V1, rescue. How? You take bioenzyme that I'm going to introduce, this liquid enzyme, 4 drums, dilute to 5%, pump it in. From here, it does something called immediate rebound. It do like this. Higher than your broken line. Go all the way to the top. How top? That top is usually about 80% of day one. So your day one is 200 barrels. Now you drop to 40. Wait 3 days. Boom. Your production is not 40. It's not 100. It's 80% of 200. How about 150, 160? Yeah, it happen. If you don't do it 40, die on you 6 months. If you do something, boom, 80% of the day one. How long will it last? This is the curve it go down. It go down about 3 years average. What happened after 3 years? You drop back to 40 again. See the 40? That means second rescue. It's like a human being with a cancer, like the size of sesame. You remove it. 3 years later, the sesame size regrow again. You treat it again, remove again. You say, what if I don't do anything? Okay. 3 years ago, sesame size. 6 months later, grapefruit size, walnut size. Another year later, grapefruit size, orange size, unremovable, dead. All right. Now, look at the second rebound. Boom. So you 4 drums of 55-gallon concentrate, dilute 2 to 5%, pump into formation. Second rebound. How high is the second rebound? The second rebound, the tip, is 80% of this pit. This pit is 80% of day one. And this pit is 80% of that. How long? 3 years. Normally, boom, we go down. Again, right here. Third rebound. 4 drums of green side. Pump it to the formation. Boom, it shoot up. That pond is 80% of this pond. How long? 3 years. At least 2 or 3 good years. The boom, it go to 40 again. Treat again. Boom. This pit It's about 80% of that. So you got that. Boom! One more time. This speed is 80% of that. Boom! Go here. This speed is 80% of that. Now you see, that's very close to 40, very little. So you let it die naturally. You will expect even the best scenario, you have 30 good years, this is extended 3 to 10 more good years. Thousands and thousands, millions of barrels of oil extra. Those extra are the areas under this green line, under this green line. So a typical well in Nigeria with 150 barrels per day, and you abandon it? If I told you that well can produce $5 million US dollar more oil doing this, you said, what about the cost? Yeah, here's a good news. If you increase $5 million, your actual cost doing this, 1%, 2%, 3% maximum. It was the cheapest way. It's the life stuff, I feel second. See you digest. When do we rescue your oil well? Before 80% drop from day one. What about I don't wait till 80%? Can I do it 60%? Yeah. The faster the better, even better. What's the result of doing this? Well, there's an actual SPE paper in Argentina. 6 injection, 1 land well. 6 injection, extended life by 685,000 of barrels on that well. Because it's a big well. Without this 6 times treatment, it's dead. Long time ago. Now, believe this is not just I say it. SPE paper present worldwide in US, in South America, has proven this technology. Thousands of welfare treatment. This technology. It was such a big skeptics when we first come of this treatment. People say, well, I don't believe we can go that high. You know what our agents say? Low increase, low pay. But in case he did increase, you pay twice. Why twice? Because you don't believe us. So we charge twice the money. You believe us, charge you one-time money. They say, okay, twice the money. You increase. And we increase 200%, 300%, twice the money. Sorry, we believe it. Don't charge us twice. One time. This has happened. Hundreds and hundreds of wells are like this. Well, if you don't believe, oil data is not going to foot your bill. I foot the bill. If you give oil well to oil data, you say, well, I don't believe I can put so much money. I supply the material. Oil well don't buy from me or buy nothing. They are Africa, Nigeria's agent. If they didn't produce, they don't get paid. You don't get paid. You don't pay. But chance of that happen. I would say, as of today, in South America, in China, all over the world, we have yet to see one fail. So I will put it 99% success. Okay? Now, let's go. What are you talking about? Green side. How does it look like? So, the key word is catalyst. This thing is not like ASP right here, our customer. Baker Hughes, Hurley Burton, and Schlumberger. They're all our customer. Why? Because they use alkali, surfactant, and polymer, like acrylic, hydroxypropylene, things like that. Those are not catalysts. They go to formation. they react with your crude oil and damage the property of your crude oil. But a catalyst, by definition, means it does not enter into the reaction. Whatever your API, your density, your viscosity of your oil, when this increase the extra oil out, it did not dissolve in oil. It stayed there to the next job, catalyst. That is the only catalyst in oil well enhancement called inside enhanced oil recovery. I invented this word, Eeor, not like chemical EOR, enhanced oil recovery, or bacteria, bacteria inside are different. You say, what's the difference? Okay. Your little chicken, your lunch, maybe a chicken. Chicken do what? Chicken lay an egg. Is an egg a living organism like a chicken? Think about that. No, because egg cannot reproduce itself. You put an egg in the table, tomorrow there's no two eggs. A chicken come out. Two eggs come out. Egg is egg. If you fertilize, it will give you one chicken, and then no more egg. But egg cannot reproduce egg. Green side cannot reproduce green side. Inside cannot create inside. Inside can be made up but not living. Chicken is living. You bump bacteria, there's a living. Bacteria lay an egg, and that egg is a catalyst, increase the oil in the formation. I say, why do we need a chicken go down to formation to lay some eggs? Why can't we just make a whole bunch of eggs, pump it down? We don't care pH, we don't care temperature, and you were 10 times, 100 times better. That's a catalyst. Now, how do I make this catalyst? I happen to be an inventor. Take me 4.5 years and $1 million to do research, and finally I come up with this formula. How? First of all, it had to be not toxic. If this thing is toxic, don't use it. Second, this thing had to be oil insoluble. Because it's oil soluble, your catalyst become part of the oil. You cannot separate them. Because it's oil insoluble, that means it didn't mix. Third, it must have DMA. Now, people didn't understand DMA, say, what's the difference? Let me ask you. Like your hand, your skin is all full of DMA molecules. Are they afraid of bar soup? No. Even acid, well, you will eat up your skin. Yeah. Let me ask you. A chicken egg is DMA. Is chicken egg afraid of any acid, caustic, alkali? The answer is no. Because DMA can only react with DMA. They don't react with ionic, non-DMA. So this is not chemistry now. Let's see how we make it. First of all, in nature, there is something called man-eating bacteria. If you don't believe me, there's a lot of nice beaches of Victoria Island. You find a small spot, not on the water, and pour some heavy oil in the sand. Every week, you go there, take a look. Less than 1 year, 2 years, they're all gone. You say, Philip, is that gone by evaporation of the sun? Hell no. All the earth has oil-eating bacteria. They eat the oil, release CO2. That's all your oil disappear. You have an oil spill, That's bad the first few months, but eventually ocean will take care of that. So there are about 200 oil-eating bacteria, aerobic and anaerobic, that I identify. I take that. Now they all, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not talking, I take it back. I make a man-made protein. First of all, in order to make a green side, this bioenzyme, I make a man-made protein. You say, what is a man-made protein? Do you know a milk is a protein? Yes. Which one? Yeah, yeah. From the ground. It did evaporate. Yeah, CO2 go, right, CO2 go there. The oil multiply. The oil multiply. Eat faster. And when there's no more oil yet, eating in the sand, it just sit dormant. You wait for the future oil drop right there at the spot. You see all the Alaska, Pujo Bay, Exxon Valdez, they all clean up. Mississippi, they all clean up. How what? Nigeria, right there. There's a lot of shale oil pollution there. But don't worry, if the shale oil do not continue pollute tomorrow, just stop pollute tomorrow, all the beaches will be good in 3 years. Clean, pristine. All right, so I make a man-made protein. Now watch, OH minus H plus. What does that mean? That means this protein is ionic. I made it. You say, fella, are you God? You make something? No, I'm not God. How about soya milk? Now that is water soluble. Okay? I'm not saying I use soya milk for this formula, no. But I have identified a man-made protein with H plus and OH minus, ionic. Now you take a look. On my protein, there's a group of DMA, pink color. It go like this. CAT on this order. You cannot change it. Must be on this order. And what are they? They are amino acids. All living beings are made of DMA amino acids. What about my potato? Amino acid. What about a panda? Amino acid. What about a honeybee? Amino acid. What about my yam? Amino acid. Okay. Now, top part is, in nature, I just say, the oil-eating bacteria, they have an active site. They look like a snake, snake. This oil-digesting bacteria have low OH minus, H plus. No, they're not ionic. But you have the mouth straight, like a snake. Now you all seen snake before. But snake is easy to handle. You just watch a head. You see people dealing with head, they just grab the neck. The snake can do anything. Yeah, yummy, yummy. Yeah, beautiful animal. Because they cannot strike you. This oil digesting bacteria has a DMA in the mouth. And it has a DMA like that. Now, I do something strange called DMA transfer. You say, Philip, are you God again? You transfer DMA? I take the DMA for the protein I made, change with the snake, the oil bacteria's head, interchange. You say, Philip, how do you do this? Easy. Give me a piece of yellow rose of Abuja, another plant, red rose of Lagos. When they are flowered with a pollen, I rub the red and the yellow together. So one red and one yellow pollen conjugate, confused, joined together. Now question, what will you think the next generation flower? Are they yellow of Abuja or red of Lagos? Lighter. They're not red. They're not yellow. They are the descending 50% of each species. And most likely it's pink. Now, there is a rose, very expensive, very ugly, called black rose. It was black, dark black. You know, how do you breed dark black? You need 30 generations. Or the reddest. Generation 1, generation 30 times. The red become darker red, finally black rose. They do not exist in nature, but you can man-made this. Now, I man-made this. Now, funny thing is, this is a snake, but the DNA is gone from the protein that I man-made. And that protein, that non-living thing, it has a DNA of an all-eating bacteria. So what happened? What happened is, this is the first product in the world. Each cc has 500,000 molecules. Half of them are living bacteria's remnants. I call it inert because it cannot produce or reproduce again. Just like in imperial court in history in China, the king lived in a big palace called Forbidden City, 3,000 concubines. Each concubine needs 3 male servants. How do the emperor know all the descendants are his? Usually, they castrate the male. So all of them cannot reproduce. I do the same thing here. I castrate the snake. They cannot reproduce, but they're living. Now the lawn-made, the man-made part, right here, they're not living. But they have H and OH minus. They can penetrate water. And they can penetrate into the oil layer. And this is what happens. See that? The white background is the formation with water. This is my enzyme. Now, it will move because the HOH minus, you move. And then this is solid sand with oil. And then, guess what? This loves the oil. When you first touch it here, it just straight in. This one hates the oil. They refuse to go in. Why? Well, your high school chemistry teacher will tell you, these are ionic. These are organic. Ionic and organic do not react and do not mix. But this baby was so strong. I don't care who you are, but I'm bonded with you. I'm linked with you. I'm keychained with you. I want to go in. So what happened? These two got dragged in. Just like you don't want to go to this convention, but somebody take an iron chain, and he's stronger than you. You're like kindergarten. He's like a boxer. Follow me. And just drag you in. This is simple like that. Now, there is something happened. I was the first one observed in this world that when this and that get dragged into the oil layer, it becomes so much violent. If they can talk, they say, get me out. If you know, I'm going to kick around. I'm going to break around. I'm going to break anything in touch. They do not want to go in, so they're moving, kicking, like a motor turning. And when they do that, this happens. See that? These red dots are the OH plus, OH minus, H kicking. When they kick, what happens? They kick out the oil. Now they keep on kicking. kick what? Keep on kicking. Boom! All the black oil is gone. The red dot means the active site still like patrol car, patrol the formation. So any further oil try to attach to the sand, impossible. And this sand, this green side does not stay there because it's water. But it come, go so fast, your formation is clean. That's why when you inject green side, so much oil is released. Now, how violent is this reaction? So we take a picture. We take a camera and a spotlight and put some green side and some heavy oil in the sand. Every 15 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, we take one picture. When we take thousands of pictures, we use movie and blow it out. You go like this. Now, I need a push a button. Push a button for me. Come on. Push a button right here. Right here, push a button right here to go hit. Now watch this. Violently. And the left corner. No, not this one. This one. Go right here. Go at that corner. Okay, watch. Violently. There's an oil. Green side. Nobody move anything. Every 15 seconds, take a picture. Look at the explosion. H and OH minus inside the oil layer. Explosion. You just boom. You just start. What's that 5 seconds? Now, whoever go to further study why this force is so violent, will find out a new force in physics, sure a Nobel Prize waiting for you. If you're like a PhD student, study what force is this that can do violently without mixing. And that is a strange force when OH minus and H plus drag into organic liquid. There is a repulsive force. Violent. Now, when this happens, this is what happens. You have a sample of oil in sand, and the green side looks like the left side. Well, if you pour this green side here, immediately this happens. Now, next door, Baker Hughes, Halliburton, and Schlumberger was so shocked. There's a clear boundary right here. Really clear, distinct boundary. Whatever their yield are using chemistry, they don't have a boundary here. They have a turbidity mixer like yellow chicken egg or something. You cannot distinguish them. So they cannot do it. This one at a boundary, yes. Which one? Yeah, right. Oil in sand formation. You pump the oil inside 5%, 10%, dilute with formation water. Less than 1-2 seconds, instantly, this happens. When this happens, your oil don't have green side. Right, they don't mix. Question, since they separate the green side layer, the oil layer has low green side. Green side has low oil. When you produce, you always produce what they call produced water. The produced water initially could be 50-50. Like when you inject green side becomes infinite dilution in the formation. So when you produce oil from your well, diluted green side mixed with water will come out. Understand? So eventually, that's why you last 3 years, because you lose all your green side. Otherwise, if you do not lose your green side, you last forever. Alright? Yeah, green side is the biggest oh, green side can reuse, but the dilution is so small. It's insignificant. All right, now see, this is oil. When they become way smaller than sesame, release, and then come out. See that? It's a hot air balloon. The small ones meet together and then rise. All right. Now I'm jumping a few of this. It didn't afraid of pH, temperature. I'm going to jump a few. Now it comes with a 55-gallon drum or IBC. Each well is only 4 drums. Dilute 2 to 10% using regular pump into formation. Close the well for 3 days. Resume regular production. Then miracle, which is 200% increase, 300% increase. Now these are SPE paper. Now this is SPE sponsor. So you look at the SPE paper there, you see how the green side release the oil from the formation. You see the green sides are the yellow one. The black is the oil. The middle one is the sand. Release it, it breaks through. You see right there? These are SPE paper. You see it break through all this oil. This is how the full bottle looks like. I'm gonna jump over this. Solid example. Philip, show me some example. Indonesia, before 45 barrels a day. Now this. How long? They all last about 3 years. Thousands of wells been done. These are small wells. Nigerians are much bigger. Like this one, increased 2.5 times. Like this one, they all increase. This is an offshore well in China. These are all different countries. Before, after. How long? 3 years. This is your job now. When you go to your oil company or your national oil company, your private oil company, before, after, for 3 years, is how much concentration, how much money you make for your country and for your company. Now these are small wells. We got big wells. Big wells are normally they are in Nigeria. Your land oil wells typically day one is 1,000 barrels, not 150, 200 barrels like this small one. Your offshore is even bigger. Think about after about 80% drop, your increase every day is like many thousand drums per day. Now, offshore do the same. This is the one that broke the world record. 1 second. I'll give you, when I finish, I'll give you 15 minutes. This one broke the world record on SPE. 6 times green side, world number in PDVSA in Venezuela increased 680,000 barrels. Now, 6 times, each time 4 drums of a green side, so 24 drums. Now, 24 drums, the cost of 24 drums is less than 1% of the 680,000 barrels of oil they produce. You see, this has been presented numerous times. All right, applications. Anytime you have new well, old well, mature oil well, use this technology. You fill a form provided by Oil Data, Then you fill out this, and they will tell you how many drums you need, and how many days, like 3 days to carry it. You can pump it any pump, and then wait 3 days, you will see miracle. We hope, when do you do the rescue? We hope your initial days, the bigger the better. And then current oil, less than 80% drop. And then you will do this. If you don't do that after 80% drop from day one, it was like cancer, like a grapefruit size, become orange size, grapefruit size, and that in about less than a year. But if you do like this rescue, 3 more years, good production, 10 more years, good production on that range. All right. This is how they do it. Green side is right here. There is a pump right here. And this is a casing from the well. You don't go to the tube. It's like a casing side, temporarily pump it down. Keep it. The pumping rate is not important. Any pump will work. Piston pump, hydraulic, any pump. Then kept 3 days, resume production. How many drums do you need? Typically for vertical wells, 4 drums, 5 drums. Horizontal well, like 12 drums. Water flooding, 12 drums. We don't care your density. Your oil can be very, very heavy. We don't care. They all work very well. As a matter of fact, we don't care your wax. We don't care your levotine. We don't care porosity. Of course, porosity too low, we don't like it. We want to be above 12% or higher. All right. Now, before you inject green side, you measure your old static liquid level. It will be very low. When you inject green side and cap it, this will rise very high. Sometimes you overflow the top. It will rise very, very high. All right. There's a lot of SPE paper written on this. Now, all the presentation I have today, if you want a copy, leave your name and number to Oil Data. They will send everything I present here, send a copy to your address, okay? So PhD papers, a lot of papers written on this. So I'm not gonna go through this. Basically, I'm finished. Question? All right. Any question now?
I love your presentation.
Okay. Which one?
I love your.
Okay. You can have a copy of this by putting your name over there. I want you to have your company every well, $3 million, $4 million more. So by the time you retire like my age, you say, whoa, I have this 1,000 wells, each one ends. I'm very rich.
That's the goal. That's the
I'm very
goal.
rich for Nigeria. I don't waste the natural resources. But who cares? National oil. Yeah, it's 80%. I'm not doing anything. Half a year, dead. All your oil will be
That's a good one, sir. Do I still get to? Sir, do I still get to?
national pride. Your natural resources by China, they say, the best well you ever extract, you still have 50% or more oil in the ground, but using green side, at least 20% will come out. That's the big number, 20%. You don't have to find a new oil well. That helps you.
Sir, so do I still get my 30 minutes with you?
Yeah.
When you're done speaking?
Which one?
Do I still get my 5 or 30 minutes with you when you're done speaking?
Yeah, I want you. By the time you're my age, you're so rich, your oil resources for your country. I'm so proud of you. So today, my 1 hour is not wasted. I hope $1 million, multi-million dollar, all increased by you. And Nigerian government, thank you. Nigerian people. ground.
Okay, sir, thank you very much for the presentation. Okay,
All right.
sorry, I'd like you to go back to that slide.
This slide?
No, not this one. The one that
The
showed,
green one?
The one that showed the graph for the injection and the increase in production.
Oh man, what the hell I'm doing?
Join us at the Gamco Energy Services booth for an exciting graph
You mean the full graph?
That graph, the very one that showed that when you inject, the best time to inject,
Give me
and
to the front. Give me to the front. Okay. Show where the injection.
no, I think it should be the fourth or the fifth slide.
The 4th or 5th slide.
Yes, the one that showed your
Okay.
the percentage increment once you start
Go to the
injecting.
beginning. Very exciting. Because you are so important to your country's oil reserve. You are so important to your country's oil reserve. Every one of you had a big duty in your shoulder to rescue your natural resources.
offering a free stress management and mental health consultation at the SP Pavilion booth, opposite the Crown Ballroom and main entrance.
It will be very good. Make sure you leave a day here to the oil data, and they will give you a full, complete PowerPoint presentation
Yes.
that you can bring home and review later.
Oh, it's working.
No, I just waiting for the slide.
Take advantage of the opportunity to speak to a free operational expert. Is free.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Those of us that are still here, we're very grateful for your faithfulness and staying till this time. We have a little package for you to say thank you for listening and staying till the end, yeah? So, but if you have any questions further, sure, you can engage him on the side, because we also have to do other workshops and other programs, okay?
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. But you can go ahead while we're passing out the stuff for people, yeah? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll wait for the slideshow. I want to go back where you want to ask.
Go back. Back. Back now. Back. The previous slide.
Back. This is back.
There is an ongoing technical session at Eeor booth. Topic: shorting well with permitting issues. There is a technical section at Eeor booth. Topic is shorting.
Okay, question. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to ask, because you said something concerning the force that's between the oil sand and the enzyme. So you said if we study about the force, that it can be like a good research, is it?
And then look at PhD papers, colleges.
Join us now at the shelves.
Different
Diving
colleges.
into Nigerian content and procurement.
There are at least 30, 40
Yes.
colleges or papers. Follow them. Then you can get a good research, a senior research, or master PhD research. Study them. Get a
If I get, do you mind if I get your contact so you can speak for maybe
And yes, we are even more excited.
I hope you don't, because I'm 78 years old, half retired. Okay? Go get them, and they are the active ones.
Delegates are to visit
Alright.
the exhibition booths to set their raffle draw tickets. And as bringing
Yeah.
to the
When
STD pavilion
before the
booths,
injection of the
the
brain,
raffle
Right.
you discover from the previous slide you showed
delegates are to
when
visit
in production.
Right.
Now, after the injection of your green enzyme, you discover
and
that
as bringing to the STD pavilion
but
booths,
within a
the
short
raffle
time,
draw starts.
experience a very rapid drop. Rapid drop from here. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
you have
yeah.
a drop from here.
Because why?
No, let me
Because they're over 80%.
finish now. You inject some chemical, there's increase in production.
Yeah, that
But
is a
within-
miracle.
Yeah, but within a short time, you discover that this
The-
drop, if you allow this drop to continue, it means the well is
If you
going to
don't do
die.
anything, it go like
The well
this.
will die
Right.
But originally, the well is supposed to stay.
Right, right.
So the reservoir becomes, immediately after your injection, the reservoir becomes dependent on the green enzyme.
Listen,
Simply means
if you
whenever
go
you
to,
don't
anytime
inject,
you go to 80%, you do injection. Now, do you mean am I have to wait every time 80%? No. If you do 60% drop, like you draw a line from here, you go even higher.
no, but
You go even higher.
what I observe from this graph is
Yeah.
that the chemical makes the reservoir completely dependent on it. Immediately you start using the chemical, you can't do away with the chemical, because the moment you start noticing your decline is going to drop completely if you don't return back
Exactly.
to the chemical. Yes.
If you do not do the power enzyme, anytime you reach 80%, it go like this. They all go like this. They all go like this. But because you take action, it didn't drop on you. It go up. And every time this pit is about 80% of that, it's about 80%. Not exactly 80. Could be 81%, 78%, somewhere like that. So how do you expect that? This is about that. 75, 85%. And that is about initial. Initial.
Please, can I ask a
Yeah.
question? Yeah. Your method seems to me like it's going to be very much effective for heavy crude. Heavy crude. Hold on, please.
You're right.
And based on your case study, they are all conducted on crude oil that are heavy from Venezuela, Singapore. Do you have any case study that is conducted on light crude like Nigeria and to see the applicability?
You have to understand, light crude is too easy job for enzyme. Too easy. It's just like you're the national football player of Nigeria. I'm a kindergarten from Nigeria, and we play against each other. It's too easy for you. No match. The tough one is the API 15 and under oil, heavy oil.
So that means it's not applicable to Nigerian market.
We love them. Greenside is the only one that can do it very well on heavy oil.
That means I'm not saying that it's not applicable.
Light oil is even better.
It's better.
Even better. That's why I say light oil is an easy job for anybody.
Oh, okay.
Like API 42, man, you barely shake it, it will just rise.
Okay.
Heavy oil with sulfur,
struggle.
sand, you are steady, man, you want to let crude, you want to molasses, you didn't want to move. We love that. Chemical had no help on this kind of
Do you
oil.
have experimental study on light crude?
Oh, like too many. Like West Texas Intermediate, 38 API. We are doing a lot of wells in West Texas, in Midland area, in New Mexico area. They're light oil. You have a lot of light oil offshore and inshore. which is an easy job. In other words, whatever the number I show you, you will show even better result.
So what's the price of your
Price?
per drum?
Ask them. Listen, the price is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Let me ask you, okay? $100 oil you increase. Using this, $1 of this, you get $100 of oil increase. Using $1 of chemical, listen, next door, $1 chemical, they will give you increase $3. $3. How long? For 2 months. $1 of this, $100 extra oil. How long? 3 years. 3 years. So you get 3 months with $1 oil and 3 months lifetime versus $1 here, $100 extra oil for 3 years.
So, sir, my final question. So, asking questions. I would say the question is this: what's your at present? What's your company presence in Nigeria at present?
What's what?
What's your company presence in Nigeria? Like how?
My
like
company?
Like your
Okay.
current,
Okay.
the current customer base.
Our company headquartered in Houston, we are manufacturing only.
I get what you're saying.
We do not sell directly to customers.
So you have more suppliers.
We
in
have about
Nigeria.
30 agents in all over the world, like South Sudan, Middle East, Nigeria, it's all data. So each region, in China, we have about 3 or 4. In America, 3 or 4. We're all through distributors. Just like Ford Motor Company do not sell car to you.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
sell to their
They're dealers.
dealer sell to you.
Yeah.
Same thing here.
So how can I be a dealer for you?
Yeah, you're gonna be dealer too late. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because Nigeria, we only sell one, and they are already there. So I would suggest.
I'll be a dealer for. I'll be a dealer for them.
No, listen to me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Now, if you listen very carefully, you will thank me. You'll be super rich by the time you reach my age. Now, Nigeria give them a lot of land wealth. When it was 150 barrels a day, they abandoned it. Try sell your house, sell your car, sell your Apple, and buy the well. If you don't buy the well, find somebody that finance you. Buy that well. And here's what happened. When you buy that well, in 3 years, you have so much money that one well will bring you 10 more wells. In 3 years, 10 well will bring 100 wells. So in about 10 years, you have about 500-600 wells. You can retire your lifetime and your
I love the way you
grandson,
think.
your son's time, your grandson.
I love your
Do it. Because Nigeria, you see offshore oil, 250 barrels a day. They shut off. You say, hey, if I lease 2 or 3 years, lease for me before you shut in, then you have at least $5 to $10 million from that well alone.
Oh, that's a good one.
See, don't work for anybody.
Obviously,
Don't work for anybody.
Obviously,
I used to work for Dow Chemical. Let me put it that way.
Yeah,
You have met a lot of PhD in your life. But ask the PhDs that you
sir,
met.
if I may interrupt you,
Yeah.
I'm not more of a PhD guy.
Just ask
I'm
one
more of the
question.
money guy.
Nobody have more, very few people have more patents, US patents than me. I have 55 patents, including invention of this green side.
It shows
But
in the way
guess
you
what?
speak.
I didn't do any of those. I only need one good product to make a decent living. This is it. See what I mean? This is it. So my advice for you is, I do this in Houston. I auction 18 barrels a day. 80 barrel dropped to 18%. I put 4 drum greens inside there. it go to 65 barrels a day. I keep 3 months. I sell 3 times the oil produced, and I sell the well after 3 months. They see the data. I pay 180,000 for that well at 18. When I raise it to 65, I sell $500,000. Half a million, 3 times. So just one well, I already have $500,000 profit.
Okay,
plus
so
the oil.
that boils down to my next question. So assuming I find a well I want to buy that's already abandoned because they feel okay, they're going beyond 70% of the.
Don't buy 90%, 75, 70%. Buy it.
So
before
so
80%.
how do I get to know? Because
I'm
not the professional in this field.
Yes,
I'm just a starter.
Yes, when the oil well drop to 80%, that means every day it's still producing. Now you do not want the water to be 99% water cut. You see what I mean?
So that's my big question.
You want the water to be below 80% water.
Okay, so my big question is this.
Yeah.
I love your wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
But at this time, when it has to do with business, I have to be very concerned about my capital.
You need a deep pocket guy help you.
I became a billionaire by 22.
I'm 878. I'm retired already. I don't want to help anybody. I want to be easy life the rest of my life. But you need a deep pocket guy help you. You don't get deep guy. Start with one well. And then from one well, 10 well, 100
well. You're
well.
not answering the main question, sir. If I get a well, how do I know it's 70% or 80% or 60%?
You look at day one when it's brand new. What is that number? Call that number 100, whatever the production is, okay?
Yeah.
Today, last 7 days, a month, what is the average? The average, not 100, day one's 100. Today's 20.
Okay.
That's a good one.
So your representatives in Nigeria here, for instance, do they have experts that can help me certify the percentage of the oil that has been drilled from a well, so I don't get to buy the wrong one and lose money?
Buy it, because they are afraid that if they don't sell to you, they're going to shut it. No money when they shut it. So you buy it. Every well will bring $500,000, $3 million here, $500,000 there.
I like this guy.
You'll be so rich. Listen, by the time I see you and you are my age, 78, I'm sure you'll be a tribal chief.
Maybe I don't have to be your age.
No,
maybe the next 10 years.
You'll be a tribal chief somewhere. Tribal chief, because you're so rich.
I'd love to get in contact.
And you give some rights to the tribal people. They will make you a chief. Give you every year, the whole village. I give everyone 200-pound rice. Everyone 200-pound rice. And the chief say, "Sir, I don't have a son better than you. Why didn't you be a next chief?" Yeah.
So thank you. I really appreciate
I
it.
put a lion
here. I'll speak with you.
I put a lion
I'll
there.
speak with your representatives.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, I'd love to get you contact. When I'm in the US, I can see you.
Yeah. Tell you what. Why did you take a picture of me? You got a camera?
I would love that. I have a phone actually.
Watch out.
I would love that.
I want to see a future chief next to the tribal chief
Good
of
morning,
Nigeria.
this informative and highly educative presentation at the Total Energies booth by 3:30 p.m. The topic is importance of production forecasting. All students are encouraged to attend this class as it offers valuable learning opportunities. Venue is
Thank
the
you.
Total
I'll speak with them. I'll get you
Energies
contact with them.
What?
I'll speak with you.
Right. Got them with that. All right. Thank you.